Wallace is trying to bring some life back to this poor Miss Pac-Man cocktail. Now, you'll notice there's a slight burn-in. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Bring it back from the dead.
I would say, Wallace, would you say they got their money's worth out of this?
And some.
Yeah, he's already taken the coinder off, and Wallace has bonded and repaired the cabinet, and this is waiting for a new paint job. But obviously, that tube, I'll tell you what, Wallace, why don't you take this television home and you can put it in your wife in the kitchen, and she can watch her favorite show, as long as she doesn't mind seeing Pac-Man over every screen. Oh man,
You
boy.
can play Pac-Man without turning the game on, right?
That's right. Pretty clever. That's right, that's pretty clever. But look here. There it is. This is what you've been waiting for. Isn't this amazing? This huge cabinet. Look at this. Even the bottom panels here light, as you can see. Sean McDermott pointed it out to us. You know, with the lights out, you would never know they would light. But both bulbs were blown out. We got this all cleaned up. This fluorescent light shines through these grids that we're cleaning. You can see what that looks like with the cover off. Now, the customer that wanted us to clean this up for him also sent us brand new guns, which we have here. We've put on. Something interesting about the guns. Some people say they shake, but they actually don't. But listen, do you hear that? There's an accelerometer inside. Somebody told me how to pronounce that. I didn't know. And what happens when you shake it, if one of the zombies grabs a hold of it, and then it gets really, so it's supposed to sound like that, but the thing does not vibrate. Very, very clever stuff. Actually nice. I want to show you this side. Can you hear that voracious sound of the motor? That's the fan inside the computer system here. This is the Lindbergh system. Sega makes this for a lot of their games now. Really high power computer. Power supply, and then these are all the daughter boards that run the rest of the game. Can you bring the camera around, please? And show them. Thank you, sir. Yes. All inside now. It sounds loud, but listen. When you put the side door on, it gets nice and quiet. Look at that. Now, I want to show you what Steven did here. If you've been watching our videos, you notice this whole back corner, there was horrendous scrapes on the side. And this side art is not available anywhere in the world. So Steven has done his magic. He's actually colored this in perfectly, because I'm going to show you the other side. He also colored in this little scrape here, but this is the best part here. Now you see that? Now it's not supposed to have this in, it's just this darker color. Now look at the other side. Look at that. Now this is perfect. Nothing's wrong with this side. That boy is amazing, isn't it? Did you notice that you can move this game with your fingertip? Look at this. It rolls so easily. Wallace, doesn't this roll like a dream?
Roll like a dream.
Listen, I also wanted you to notice something. When you play the original House of the Dead or Area 51 or Police Trainer, every time you squeeze the trigger, the screen flashes just for a moment. Your eye picks it up, you can see the flash, but what you don't see is the whole screen is white except for the dot from your optic projecting on the screen. And this is how the computer knows where you're pointing at. The flash is critical for this detection of each of the pixels. But Sega said, we're going to fix this. We're going to make this even better. So what they did is on the top here, see these 5 here? And on the bottom here, these 5. These 10 sensors can gauge where your gun is at. See your gun floating here? The sensors are all connected and they know where you are. All infrared, of course. And then there's no flash. So when we play the game, you're going to notice there's no flash. Really clever stuff. And of course you can see the monitor is this beautiful medium, they call this a medium res image. I think this is high res. I mean, this picture is crystal clear. Some of the first high res games, as you probably knew, Cruise in the USA. The very first one was, if you're watching my videos, you know it was Paperboy. Paperboy and Super Sprint both came out at the same time. The three-wheel Super Sprint and Paperboy. This beautiful, gorgeous picture. Actually, it's hard. I personally think we really have to go back to 1979 with Asteroids, Star Castle, and Rip-Off with the Vector games. That was real. I always thought they were high def, even though it's a whole different monitor. But they produced that beautiful, crystal clear picture. Tempest, the first color vector game. That gorgeous, super sharp picture. But the raster games like this can produce these beautiful images, all with our beloved picture tubes. Anyway, the cabinet looks pretty nice, don't you, Tony?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what? I need to find some players here. Scotty! All right, we'll have to get those guys.
Clunk.
Let me get those boys over here so we can play this game. He had us put new guns on it. We have put, here are the old guns. There's nothing wrong with the old guns, but the customer said, please put new guns on it. He also sent this brand new old stock control panel. It had a few surface scratches on it. And to be honest with you, the old one looked fine, except the color was all faded here. See? So it does look a lot nicer. Looks a lot nicer. So it was worth getting this, I think, in the long run. So we're going to send him that back too. But before we start, look at this. They're all waiting to play it, you idiots. Oh! Do you know people look forward to seeing, they want the same goof jokes. They want this, and they want that. Everybody, they said no green screen. So I said, I won't do any green screen in this one. I'm just showing you how beautiful this game is. What happened to Jonathan? Isn't he going to play? Okay, I'll play with here. Let's get started. Everybody's bored. They want to see, but let's get started. We'll program start. Hold your fire. And here's the story. It says, please wait.
Our backup hasn't arrived yet.
Might be a terrorist attack. Keep your eyes open.
It's nice to put
Think
it's
this
a
could
nice
take the door
film.
down?
All coming out with monophonic stereo.
What the
Right
heck is
here.
going on outside?
Uh-oh.
What's that sound? Our backup?
It can't be.
Look at that. Just like a Hollywood motion picture. Uh-oh. And look, it even has the wave in it. Did you see the wave? Just like the wave when we play the game. Okay, now we're ready, Scott. Here we go.
These are all the weapons I could find.
It's still going on. Here, we're done. We're done. You're not on. Oh, you have to put a credit on Scott. See, no flash. You see that, folks? There's no flash on the screen.
This way leads to the elevator hall.
Okay. I never played it. First time I'm playing. It's been sitting here now for a month. Look at that. Beautiful graphics. Medium res monitor, of course. Uh-oh. Hold your fire.
What the heck is happening on the surface?
Sort of like World War Z, huh?
Door on the right. Elevator.
No annoying recoil. Just good old basic fun. Oh look, I have a supercharged grenade. You can see I played it. Never.
I want to mix that.
Reload.
What is that? I've never seen anything like it.
PDA, developed by
that pan shot.
We have to take a path. When in doubt, head left.
My finger's worn out already.
You can hold it down.
Anyway, I've had about enough.
Oh, I think I'd like to
But
take
look.
one away from this pocket.
Gun shaking. If an enemy grabs you, you can shake your gun. Then you have a destroy uplift bonus. Well, pretty much.
Where the heck did they come from?
They got rid of the woofer. It's just good old-fashioned tweeting sound. No bass. Bass just annoys people. Anyway, back here. Let me show you. The medium res monitor back here was super clean. So what we did basically is vacuum this puppy out. We wiped it down. We did have some scuffs and dirt. The boys took care of all that. I left this off so you can see. This is your access port to the TV. And hopefully they'll never have any problems. Scott, can you button this up? Let's see. Did they make a lot? I guess it's hard to tell. 117549. I don't know. Well, you need a couple of screws in that baby. Well, we think our customer is going to be very happy with his new toy. This is the last one and 3 we're sending out that he is going to put in his game room. And the nice thing about this cabinet is that even though it looks very intimidating, I heard that. It's
Did I
easy
say that out
to
loud?
move. It's
I'm
easy-
not sorry.
Listen, it's easy to move. Not like this. Look at the size of this toilet. This gigantic Revolution X. Oh my God, this is just so big. So this, believe it or not, moves so easily. This one's tough. Probably 2 people. Well, the good news is somebody's actually picking this up. You're going to see this later. Let's look over here real quick and see what Steven is doing.
Nothing.
He's doing some very fine work on this space shuttle. This was really awful. Look at the size though. This was just awful when it came in. So it is getting its fine work. Gentlemen, wrap it up. It's going to go out tomorrow. Wallace, that Pac-Man has to be done by tomorrow or the customer is going to have a stroke. Did you say the pound sand?
Yeah, so that's what you can do.
Yes. Crickets. No woodpeckers today, right, Wallace? Gosh, I forgot to show you the Gauntlet that we were rebuilding. We were fixing a cabinet for this man. Here's some footage we took a couple days ago. This Gauntlet was sent in to get new side art put on it. As a matter of fact, if you've been watching our videos, you'll have saw both Wallace and Steve working on it. Wallace, point out what you did, had to do with this.
Well, this was busted. I had to put this back together, and put it back in place.
So all this has been glued, carefully glued to match all the wood.
And brackets in the back to hold it and make sure it don't come down again.
But the side art came out nice. Can you believe the customer sent this to us, actually found side art that was 1998 side art, but it was still able to roll it on with the least amount of bubbles as possible. So this turned out pretty nice. Now we're going to send it back to him and he's going to actually reassemble this.
Yeah, well, I had to put it together, but I had to make a piece to go across the back here.
Okay, so there's a replacement piece
Yeah,
in the
that
back.
wood there. Well,
Got
all
it.
across. I put that,
Good, just give it some support. Good. Let's get back to House of the Dead. Well, keep watching. We may be able to get a couple more videos out tonight. I don't know. You have to do them, Frank. Keep watching. Good night. Now, clear out!